a podcast where you don't need an invite to join the conversation. Welcome to Add Me to the Group Chat. I want to give an official opening to the podcast. This episode was really, truly organic. That's how every episode goes. There's kind of a strategy. There's a little bit of some topics that we do discuss that we know kind of ahead of time, but this conversation is with four of my best friends, and it's Olivia Hayward, Courage Molina, and Kia Atkinson, and I am so happy that you were able to be a part of this conversation. We had been previously sitting around this table in my home for, I would say, a few hours that morning, already talking, and we just had the best time. We had a girls' weekend at my home, and it was really great and very relaxing and much needed. It was Olivia Hayward's birthday, so give her a shout out if you know who she is online. But we are really happy that we get to open up these conversations with you. That's really the point of having this podcast, and I'm very thankful that you do listen every single week. I've had some great response, so let's go ahead and dive right into it. This is going to be a two-part, so we have a part 1 and a part 2, and yeah, also, this is an adult podcast, so you never know what's going to be said, but it's for adult ears only is the best way to go about listening. So yeah, just sit back, relax, take a hot shower, a ride to work, or just hanging out and taking a good listen. Thank you for being part of this, and let's get right into it.
Yeah. Don't be trying to steal our stuff.
First of all,
cut that out.
Yeah, cut that out.
Okay.
Don't cut it.
You need to cut it.
Yeah. They have such a sense of entitlement. Which just blows my mind, the entitlement that people take on the internet. I think it happens like, oh, they want to get invited to stuff, but it's like, no, you don't do life with the person.
What do you call that? Like a come with girl? That's who they are, right?
A constant exchange in a relationship.
Yeah, so what kind of exchange do you want? Or you want some booty? Okay, well, you paid for it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you got, no, that's what it is, right?
And I'm like, and that's their business.
Yeah, this is not a relationship.
We got a lot of Tabitha Brown happening here.
This is not
my business.
That's my business.
My man just brought me fresh French bread with butter while I lounge on the hammock, and he cooks breakfast while hanging with our kids. He needs to step up, or you can come live here with your
Ew.
Wow. That was a comment?
That's a comment.
From a woman?
And it got 54 likes from a woman.
Wow.
Yes.
They're polyamorous.
We are back for episode 2 with the girls.
We're back.
Yep, we're
Here
back.
we are again.
We left.
Guess who's back? Just kidding.
Back
Yeah.
again.
We don't. Y'all better stop singing for somebody trying to sue us. We ain't getting no money, so don't even do it.
Yeah, I can't wait to see what this podcast does. I actually have been getting a lot of text and things and just like messages that people that I would not think would listen are actively listening. And it's very small, y'all. It ain't a big thing, but it feels
you never
good.
know.
It's exciting.
Yeah.
Yeah, and when you do something that you enjoy, actually, me, Courage, and Olivia have always enjoyed doing some type of form of a podcast. It just wasn't.
Have we?
We have, but it wasn't something that we were like, oh, we want to keep doing it forever because it's
No,
like.
it's because Courage would ruin our podcast because she would make us talk about we always had to have such plans. Like, we like these type of conversations.
Yes.
Courage tried to
I
make
can't
us
do a
very
plan.
rigid. She wanted to
Is
be
that what it was?
Rigid?
Yeah.
What I wanted it to be is not
She
nonsensical.
was always like, what are people going to get from this? I don't care what you get.
And
Like,
that's what I want to know. I want to know what are people going to get.
What are
from
they
it.
getting from this?
Well, this is just entertainment.
Exactly.
Yeah, but y'all wanted to talk about stuff I don't talk about. Like, y'all want to talk about shows. I don't watch TV like that. I'm not about to watch TV for a podcast. Are you okay?
No, we did not.
Yeah,
that's
y'all
not
did.
true.
She's
What's
like,
wrong
oh, we
with
can talk
watching
about
TV
this.
for a podcast?
You can
I would
watch
do that.
TV if you
I
want
would
to.
read a book to discuss it on a podcast.
That's
No,
you.
you going too far.
Listen,
Kia.
because she ain't reading no book
Okay,
for no
or we're not
podcast.
reading books.
I'll do
No,
Audible.
She's not reading
not
books.
reading no book for
I'll
no
do an-
podcast.
She's the not reader.
Yeah,
Exactly.
I don't want to do a book podcast.
Look
She'll
at
do an
her.
audio
like,
book.
I'll do
There
boring.
are, there are all kinds of different
Yeah.
books, but the point is you don't want to participate in an activity you don't enjoy just to be on a podcast.
Okay.
Yeah, that's why I
Anyways,
quit on y'all.
you know
Yeah,
what?
exactly.
Anyways, Courage.
We're back though. Back again. If Kia and you, Olivia, lived here, this would be so much fun to do all the time. And Brittany could join.
She could.
Brittany would be a
know.
good time.
Yeah, she would.
She'd be a good time.
She
I
would.
miss her today.
You do?
Aww.
And
Yeah.
she misses you too.
Yeah, she.
Oh,
I texted her today and she was like, I really miss y'all.
that's what made you cry today.
She wished she was in two places at once.
Yeah, she
Aw.
said she
That's
wish she
hard.
could clone herself.
That's what she said.
Yeah.
Aw,
And
that's
well,
she
did
means
you
that-
ask her who's more important? I see.
Her family or you?
Okay,
Exactly.
wow.
Obviously,
that's a
you.
Little
It's very extreme.
out there. Okay, very extreme.
There's no in between. Okay,
She's ODing.
it's black or white, right or wrong.
Yeah,
That's
the more
it.
important
There's no
Pick a
gray.
side. Pick
Choose
a
a
side.
side. Oh,
Brittany.
you've chosen.
We saw.
Crazy.
Wow.
We're very happy though that you love her so much that she's missed that shows. Well, hopefully she listens to this so she knows.
She's not.
Okay, great.
Oh no, she's not a podcast person. We'll have to tell her.
Yeah.
We'll tell her.
We'll have to send her a clip.
Oh yeah, we'll short clip it. Okay, that's good. I'll take that.
We'll fast forward to minute
Yeah.
145.
Yeah. Well, we left off last episode talking about we were going to get into really hate comments.
Yeah, did you pull up any
Oh,
comments?
No, because I was telling the story.
Amber's TikTok
Oh, I
for
have-
the
I
hate
did.
comments.
First of
because-
all, okay, while y'all pull that up, I have my comment pulled up.
Okay, grab it.
Now, let me tell you, let me set this up for y'all. Yeah, my mic's on. Now, I have a YouTube channel. It's a YouTube channel where I share my creativity when it comes to jewelry making. And basically, I would make different pieces of jewelry and, showcase that, tell them what I'm using, things of that nature. Well, 2 years ago, now, whatever, this is like one of my most popular videos. I have dozens. I have like over 200 comments on this video, I believe, maybe a little bit more. And it's just very funny when people leave comments on people's channels or people's posts, is that they have such a sense of entitlement, which just blows my mind, the entitlement that people take on the internet. So anyways, this video is a video I did. Like I said, it has tons of love, tons of comments. People are like thanking me profusely for sharing what I was sharing on this video. And so the hate comment said, "Sorry, but you forgot to say that." She didn't say it right. She said, "Sorry." This is what she meant to say. "Sorry, you forgot to say that it required a Cricut machine, and just assume that we all know how to operate one. I have no idea how to operate a Cricut machine and can't afford one, as they are very expensive, capital very. You don't even show that you need a Cricut machine in your materials list. Can you please show us a manual method to make a screen prints? This video is no help to me at all. Thank you." I said, "Girl, if you don't get off this video."
Did you comment that back, actually?
No, I didn't,
You
but-
should have. I think you said something kind of nice.
I said something. This is what I said. "Thanks for the feedback."
Yeah. Yep.
Somebody commented, "Girl, question mark, like,
Because that's too much.
That's too
you know
much.
way too much.
And then somebody commented on her comment and said, "This is brilliant. Thank you so much for sharing." So there were tons of great comments on the video. But I'm just like, the sense of entitlement. First of all, it is not my business that you can't afford a Cricut. Like, that's not my business. Why you came on this video? If you saw the Cricut, you should have exited to the left.
Right.
And left. You know you can't afford it, so
Go
get
to
off this
another
video.
that shows a Cricut.
Yeah.
Right.
Or not.
Yeah.
Because, first of all, you don't even know if this technique... First of all, the technique... She said, "Show another way to do this technique without a Cricut." I'm not doing that.
Yeah.
This technique requires miniature... You think I'm about to do something with some scissors to create this? Like,
What is this, pre-K?
no, what do you think I'm about to do? I'm not. Talking about show me a manual. No, if you saw this concept, now you can use your little pea brain to come up with a manual way to do it.
pea-brain.
Because I'm not about to take
You
the
know
time
what?
to
This
show
is
you.
That's what she really wanted to say.
Exactly. You
Yeah.
come up with a manual way to do it. I showed you the way I do it. Okay.
You know what I love
And I
about
don't
this
owe
right
you
here?
anything. That's
is
the whole
that-
part.
Exactly.
Like, I
Well,
don't,
they
I'm
definitely
not, I
think you
don't
owe
have
them
a
something.
responsibility to teach you something based on your situation. This is my
Yeah.
channel.
Yeah.
You did not pay for this channel. This channel is free. You did not pay for this course. You did not buy materials. And so now you're in the classroom going, oh, I paid all this money for this class, and now I can't do the things because you never said at the sign up of this class, girl, you out here getting free game.
Exactly.
And first of all, this Cricut is $569. And I'm not saying that's not a lot of money for a lot of people. Yes. Because I want to know what is very
No,
expensive.
Crickets are high.
They not high. Stop saying that. They high
my
depending on your
gosh.
pocket.
They more than
because that's
scissors.
the problem. They are high depending on your pockets.
That's facts.
$569 is not a lot of money for everybody. So
Yeah.
we have to stop talking
You're right.
like, oh, if $500 is a lot of money, it's a lot of money for you. And it might be a lot of money for me. I wouldn't pay $569 on no Cricut because it's about to sit. It's going to sit. I don't care what I can
collect
do
dust.
with it. I'm not paying $569 for no paperweight. Because that's what it's going to be. You understand? But I have spent $560 on something that I thought was valuable for me. There are things that I've purchased that maybe somebody else thought was a lot. So we're not gonna be on this podcast, especially with money bags over here. Money bags over here. We're not gonna be on this podcast acting like because it's a lot for you, it's a lot for us, or it's a lot
I
in
bought
general.
curtains
We're not about
this
to do
week,
that.
and everybody's like really feeling some type of way.
Yeah, she rich and she bought sticks. You don't want to talk about the sticks.
Oh, the
That's a secret.
sticks.
We're not gonna talk about
Oh,
that.
the
Remember those
sticks.
sticks?
Yeah, dude.
I mean, the sticks cost a Cricut.
They did cost.
They cost
a Cricut.
more than the Cricut.
And they're
Wait, what is the sticks? What are you talking
actual
about?
sticks that she could have got from her yard.
Do you still have them?
Like
They're-
decorative
they're by
sticks
my
that you
front
put in
door.
a
Oh, we can
vase?
show you.
Yes.
We can give you a tour.
They're
of them.
outside, and there are a lot of sticks, and they're basically spray painted white. And I paid $500.
Yeah.
I was
It's not a
really,
joke.
That's her Cricut is out there on the porch.
Yeah, and Kia, I was
Sticks,
very
okay.
mad that they cost that much, but
I could have brought you some sticks from the plane.
I know.
Do you see
Alan,
where she lives?
I could have shipped you. Right,
Alan,
exactly.
Yeah,
You
he
have a
picked
whole-
him up, and he was
You
like,
have 5
"Do you
acres
know?"
back here.
I know. He's like, "Do you know how much I just had to pay for these things?" I was like, "Yeah, but I mean, they're pretty. They're it was a whole thing." And he was like, I could murder you." Like if I went to get them, I would have already like declined it. Like, no, I'm not gonna get them. I'm good, fam. It's a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we're just not going to
I'll show you them
Yeah,
sticks.
we're just not going to behave and respond like everybody's on the same level or because something costs a certain amount, it's expensive. There was a time where something less $20 or $19 or $40 for some people, that's a lot for them. Well, don't
Oh,
put that
what
on
did y'all
me.
just
It's a
say
lot for
earlier?
you.
There's a level of rich.
Yeah,
Yeah, there's a
I was
level
saying
to
there's-
everything.
There's a
levels to
level to
everything,
everything.
right?
You're
Yeah.
right. Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
I was teaching an art class to like these very like affluent women, and I mean, honestly, the most down to earth, kind people. And I was telling them, oh, my daughter's taking like flying lessons. She has like a scholarship where she's flying, whatever. And one of the ladies was like, oh my goodness, who's her instructor? Where did she go? And she tells me, she's like, well, I haven't flown commercial in 10 years.
Whoa.
And I kind of looked at her and I kind of didn't understand what she was saying. Like, you haven't flown? No, I haven't flown commercial. My husband and I own a plane.
Yep.
Oh, you own a plane. You don't even fly private.
Yeah, you
just
have your own
a
plane. Yeah.
And she was like, I don't trust any other pilot but my husband.
Wow.
So I haven't flown commercial in 10 years.
Wow.
And I was like, oh,
Yeah, it's a different level.
Yeah.
completely different level.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
my brain couldn't even comprehend, like, how
Yeah.
come you haven't flown commercial?
Yeah.
You don't go
Yeah.
anywhere?
Yeah. You're like, oh, you're like, do you need a vacation?
Yeah, you need a vacation.
I'll
Oh
get
my
you a
goodness,
vacation.
You poor thing.
She's
Yeah.
like, no,
You pull thing. You pull thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No.
in other words, she was saying, you put things.
Yeah.
Right.
You don't even-
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
She's like,
you
you
can't
reverse
even,
it.
You can't
Reverse,
even
reverse.
You can't even comprehend
I
what
can't
she's
even comprehend.
saying.
I was like, I kind of was confused. I was like, in 10 years. Oh yeah, we have our own plane. And the way she said it was just like so nonchalant.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay. Cool. Yeah.
I know what you mean.
Oh yeah.
Yes. Something being expensive is based on your own income and budget.
Right. I
Yeah.
mean,
How much of
different-
my income
completely different levels.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That is,
Yeah.
First of all, I'll never
Yeah,
forget that
that's
story.
different.
That's funny.
Yeah. So that right there, that comment,
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
you know, it's very.
Very capital. VER capital.
But what I love about this is that when you do have a hateful comment, even though they're really horrible and no one wants them, it's actually a great thing because you see that your content is being seen more.
Is
right?
it a great thing?
Yes, I think of everything. Yes, I'm like, what's
You
the
have a very
positive
broad
in this?
audience.
Yeah, like, I mean, you
Which is a good
obviously
thing.
are getting seen a lot more. You're going to have people that do not like you and that are not your fans. And yeah, you're going to have hateful comments. I'm like, sometimes there's a saying for that. It's,
If you don't have anything nice to say, shut up.
no,
No, that's not it. Oh.
no.
I thought that was the same.
Yeah,
Don't
so I
say
mean,
nothing
at
at
all.
all.
Exactly.
Oh, little Bambi.
Yeah.
What was that name? Thumper?
Thumper.
So
That's what they
cute.
call me, Thumper.
Oh, I love that. So sweet. Yeah, that right there, that's funny. But that's what I think about that. Yeah. I'm like, it's about time you get some hate. Them videos have been hitting, so.
First of all, I was so floored by it when I got the comment. I was just like,
What?
really? This is what you got to say? I just, the entitlement. And I watch a lot of videos and I listen and I always check people's comments because I just think it's interesting to see what people are going to say.
Mm-hmm.
And people are just insane.
But your people came for her. I mean, like saying,
you
like,
definitely
girl,
have
you know what I
some
mean? You had people.
loyal people.
Yeah,
no,
that
people
love
do.
you.
Yeah, yes.
Okay. Yeah, that's crazy.
That's crazy.
You want to read a comment?
Yeah. Okay, so I have the TikTok video. There's a lot on here, so I'm
But
unsure.
are you going to put it into context what the TikTok video is?
Yes. Okay, so the TikTok video was I had been editing all day. Alan got home from having a long day at work, but I actually did want a cup of coffee. The boys were in tutoring in the next room. Everything was like normally going on in our home. He comes home and I think, oh, this is a good opportunity. I want my husband to make me a cup of coffee. I mean, he'll make me coffee. It's not a big deal. He'll randomly do it. If I don't ask, it doesn't matter. Anyways, I was sitting there, but I was like, oh, let me record his reaction. Because, I mean, you never know how your husband's going to react. He might be like, yeah, babe, I'll get you a cup of coffee, whatever. He might be like, absolutely not. Get up yourself. Like, I don't know. But I on purpose was going to ask him and see what he says. And we're going to see if I want to post it or if I don't. I don't know. I'm just going to, I record everything. Not really, but I try. So I said, I had the phone propped up and he saw it. And I just hit record, and he's seeing the back of the phone, so he can't see himself. But I'm like, hey, will you get me a cup of coffee? And he's like, are you kidding me? Like, are you? Like, he was stunned. But, he's playing into it. But I also react to his reaction. And I'm like, what? I was like, you won't get me a cup of coffee? Like, oh. And he's like, do you know what I did today? I was working today. Like, he just went in, and I was like, oh, he really is playing this up.
He talked about him doing the dishes.
Oh, yeah.
The night before.
He picked up the
taking care of
kids. Yes, he did. He just went on his laundry list. And I was like, oh, okay, I'm going to post this. Let's see.
And then you were just laughing, which that sent people in.
Yeah, and
Your laugh, like, it sent people to the roof.
Yeah, her laugh was rage bait, apparently.
Yes. They were like,
They were like, oh,
They should have
poor.
put trigger warning just for her laugh.
Yeah.
Yes.
People, it was so funny. That video, that reel, it was not real, that TikTok, it went two ways. Like, it started out being like, oh, poor her. And then you remember the more content you posted, it started to be like, poor him.
Yes.
Like, it took
like
on
people
several
turned on
different-
her.
Yeah.
We see why he didn't get her coffee.
Yeah, I'm a horrible person. Oh, I'm so mean to him. Oh,
Yeah.
poor guy.
You just stick that camera in his face.
6.9 million views later.
Yeah, I actually said 16 when I was talking to my sister on the podcast that I recorded with her. And then I listened to that back and I was like, I said 16. I was like, there ain't no way that has 16. No, it's 6. Yeah, 6.
6.9.
Yeah, it's a lot.
It's almost 7 million views.
Yeah, it's crazy.
People use it as, what do they call those? Thought pieces?
Yeah.
Think pieces. You ain't thinking, but okay, cool. That's what they call them. And they put up somebody else's video, and then they're like, "Oh, I'm Dr. So-and-so." Well, you obviously got no practice that this is what you do.
I saw a
I'm
psychiatrist.
Dr.
I saw a
So-and-so.
psychiatrist
And
post
let
a
me just
video
tell
and
you,
talk about
this
it.
is red.
Oh, he was so annoying.
Yeah.
So annoying.
Multiple people.
Like, he's been giving y'all
reacted
therapy
to
for
your-
years,
Yeah.
and he's going to do a video. You don't know these people?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And which should be like that for you as a therapist, if that's what you want to say you are, but folks be lying out here, you're probably honorary. That's what you want to say. You shouldn't be doing that as a professional. Because
Right.
you are implying that it is possible to get a real insight into somebody's life from a 30-second clip.
Exactly.
You should not be perpetrating
It was
that
a
as a
2-minute
medical
clip.
professional. 2 minutes wasn't long enough.
Yeah, people were like,
He needs
2
to get a
minutes
grip.
of listening to this. They were like, this is a lot. Okay, let me read one. This one says, y'all got to, this is about the 2 minute. Y'all got to stop talking smack over a 2-minute video. Clearly he was upset about another situation going on. Therefore, it doesn't feel like catering to her at the moment. Well, girl, you're wrong. Okay, he's not mad. You can.
But did you see how where did you get this story from?
It's the thing is like it's almost
Yeah.
like she's trying to defend you by saying something that she knows nothing about.
Nothing about. Yeah.
You act like you was.
There's so many insinuations and assumptions being made from such a short video. Like
Yeah. Another one I thought was very funny, and it said, "My husband was selfish like that. ... was." So many people, oh my gosh, are like, you should divorce him. Why are you so married? Oh, and they're like, this is why I'm single. This is why I got divorced. I'm like, well, that is
you know what?
horrible.
This is why you're single. It is. Because you've been watching too many movies. This is exactly why you're single. Because there could not be any other redeeming qualities for a man who does not hop up to get. This is actually, you're right. This is why you're single.
Yeah.
Thanks.
This one
Now
says
we
you
see why you're
deserve better.
Girl, I don't know why I'm talking about this because you know this pissed me off every time.
This said, "Oh, I'm hugging my husband extra tight tonight."
oh my god,
I'm like so dead.
girl,
He has a power complex. Okay. Yeah, my ex was like that. Divorce was the best decision I ever made. I'm just like, y'all are the most. It just went in, but
First of all, the amount
hate.
of people that suggested divorce for coffee was insane.
Insane. Yeah.
But you know what?
Yeah.
We're in a completely different age. People do not. People are real different nowadays.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it is, and I mean, okay, I've been divorced, okay, and I have to admit, like, I definitely was in like a different mindset back then. Mm-hmm. But now I'm like, we're not getting divorced, okay?
Yep.
Like, we're gonna be in here fighting it out. I don't care what we need to do, but we're going to die together. Okay.
Yeah.
We're growing old together. I don't care. Whatever needs to happen, we're together.
Yeah.
But I mean, I just feel like just the mentality of people nowadays as well. I mean,
it's an easy quit.
He's not making you happy, then you just leave.
Right. Right.
You know, you're not happy. You leave. Everything is about feelings. How I feel at this present moment. You might feel like something for 1 month.
Yeah.
It's like you never got over the hump. People don't give themselves enough time to get over anything.
Yeah.
They make a quick decision and then it's done.
Yeah.
And then they move on to the next person.
Yeah, and then the same thing's going to happen in that relationship.
Exactly.
Yeah. One of the sponsors for today's video is Blush Beauty. This is my personal brand and product line. You guys, I started this product line because I was really seeking relaxation in my life, and I got to a place where I found myself at the store every single week just going down the beauty aisles, looking for body care, looking for something like when I have 30 minutes to an hour at night and I want to do a body routine and a deep shower routine. I'm like, okay, what am I going to use? What's going to smell a certain way? I want my body to feel really smooth and hydrated, and just like I want the experience in the shower. I want to carry the experience outside of the shower. And I also want to carry the experience going to bed. So I created my line, Blush Beauty. Now we have everything from the whipped body butters to the body scrubs for exfoliation to a body cream, and it feels magical. And then we recently launched a bar soap. Having bar soap, I've been addicted to a soap bar, you guys, since before kids, and that's been over 12 years. I love not just any, I want it clean and natural and just simple ingredients. So when I read the ingredients, I'm like, oh, I know what that is. That is how Blush Beauty really operates. So head over to my website, which is ambermichelelykins.com. Use code AMBER at checkout to save 20% off your product or order. And really, you're going to love it. So I will tell you, though, things go really fast. We do carry certain products during certain seasons. It is coming up on summertime, so the butter does not do as well shipping. So we are not going to be able to ship during the summer. So get whatever is left in stock, which is not much. So head over to ambermichelelykins.com, which is ambermichelelykins.com. Use Amber at checkout for 20% off. Let's get back to today's episode.
Annoying.
Yeah.
It's just annoying.
You got one?
No, it's just very annoying. I just
read us one.
I'm sitting here looking at these right now.
It's boiling your blood.
It really is. That's why I'm so quiet, because it's like I'm triggered. He's talking like he's your dad. He doesn't even like you, girl. I hate your husband. girl, this is not even my man. You understand? I hate your husband. I don't even know you, and I would have been nicer than this. I thought this was a joke until it kept like just he hates that.
Oh,
he
that one
hates
was
you,
that was
girl.
a different. That was
Yeah.
another one that
He
just
hates
went
you.
on and on. He hates.
He doesn't
you.
like. First of all, now he don't like women. He doesn't like women. It's just freaking coffee. Narcissism at its finest, ladies and gentlemen. That's the problem. You know, we got all these titles and labels, and we just labeling stuff, but you really don't know what it is. And the fact that as adults, like at your big age, you don't have enough sense to think, I don't really know what this is. Maybe I don't think this clip is funny. Maybe this is not entertaining. But for you to see 2 minutes and for you to really feel like you have an insight into somebody's entire life is absolutely insane to me. That is the most, and I'm talking like these are humans. These people have jobs. These people are in your classrooms teaching your kids. This is a jury of my peers. My peers are morons. And I mean that. If this
And that's
is
kind of a
if
little
this is
scary
what
when
it
you
is,
say it like that.
yes,
Of your peers,
these
because
are the people who are fixing your food. These are nurses and doctors. These are law enforcement. Like that's who. This is what
and
we
drawing
are.
a conclusion that fast
in 2 minutes, and we are hard down.
Yeah.
You should divorce him.
Yeah.
That right there.
Hard
that
down.
is
You
scary.
should divorce him.
That's scary.
He hates you.
That's scary. 2 minute clip. This
He
was
hates
the
you.
first viral clip.
sad.
There weren't any other videos that went viral
No.
before this one.
No.
So most people, this is their first
Interaction
with you and your husband. And there's only 244 comments. But when it first went viral, you didn't have on the anti-bullying.
Right.
It got up to like 12,000 comments.
so TikTok erased
Yeah.
over 12,000 comments.
Yeah, they
Yes.
took comments out.
That's how many comments were bullying.
Yeah, it was a
Girl.
lot. Like they were like really
Oh my gosh.
really terrible.
He's gonna kill
comments.
your whole family.
It was
Yeah.
really bad
He's an
stuff.
annihilator.
Yeah.
Run. Call me when they get a special. She's gonna be on Snap. Like just absolute.
Yeah, they were saying the most craziest
heinous.
things.
Just because he said he wasn't getting you coffee.
And the funny thing is, so this is where people said that my intention, which because this is just my personality, but I had the caption, it says right here, just say no if that's how you feel, with like a emoji, you know, like was the actual description, but over the video was always turns into an exchange, like under the like getting his reaction. Because he was like, oh, is this tit for tat? Oh, is it? You know what I mean? But that
Just an exchange.
Yeah,
But that's
because
your
he was.
relationship.
Yeah, that's what I mean. He's like, oh, so now what you gonna do? You know, like it was just like that, and because I would say that not to be like, I didn't even ask ChatGPT. I didn't even use my great skills. I didn't ask my assistant what I should type. I just said, this is what I'm going to type because this is how we communicate and talk, and we think it's very funny. And if he's annoyed at me, I can tell him. And if I'm annoyed at him, I can tell him. It's very honest. It's very, like, it's, you know what I mean? I'm like, I just actually thought it was funny. Do you think I'm going to post something that he is degrading me on social media just for
but
clickbait?
you are so
No, I
weak
think it's
and demented.
Yeah, something's wrong
Yeah,
with me.
you don't
even
even
realize
I don't
the
realize that
abuse.
I'm
with the
in.
abuse
Yeah.
that you're
Yeah,
in.
Yeah.
Get a
We've
grip,
determined
people.
we probably all are in
Yeah, I'm in a
toxic
toxic
relationships.
relationship. If saying no to coffee, that's the test right there, baby.
It's toxic.
I'm gonna start a GoFundMe so y'all can help me get free.
free courage.
Okay,
Hashtag.
that's what it is, baby. Y'all go ahead. We're gonna link that below. Hit the GoFundMe so I can get free.
Yeah, I
It's
told
just-
Alan
it's
we're going to
crazy.
make sure to have like
Because
red
if-
flag husband.
Yeah, because if I ask Greg to make me coffee just like randomly like that, yeah, he
He ain't doing it.
Mike is making the coffee. He is talking trash. It's not a.
The
I
whole
don't
time.
live a life where he's saying yes, dear.
Yeah.
He never said yes, dear. Not even when we were dating. Okay, but he's not just gonna be like, oh yes, sure, honey, yes. Let me run and get it. And if he
Yeah.
does, that's how he's gonna say it.
Yeah,
Ooh.
exactly. that part. That's what
Yeah.
Greg loves to ask me what I want and get me stuff. That's not the problem. He loves to do that, but he likes to do it on his own terms.
Yes. Yes.
That's a red
Yeah.
flag. If he can't,
Oh
if
my
he can't
gosh.
take a request from you, that is a red. You don't think that's a huge red flag.
Yeah.
See, Morgan takes requests 24 hours a day.
Does he?
Yes. But let me ask him to go replace the filter downstairs. You're going to see a completely different person.
How's he reacting?
Oh,
What is he
he's down
saying?
there, cousin, whoever made this freaking filter, stupid. I mean, he is going nuts, okay?
Filter on what?
The filter on our house. Like the
air
HVAC
conditioning.
filter that has to be changed once a
Oh,
month.
my word.
It is one of the hardest. We have one of
Red
the hardest.
flag.
Filter, red flag. We want to have one of the hardest filters to get in, and it has to be changed once a month. And then he was going through a point to where he wasn't changing it, and our AC broke.
No.
Oh my God. Yes, he's probably
Well,
going to kill me for saying that.
he doesn't even
But-
care about your health of your
Right,
household.
I'm breathing
and
in
that's-
dirty air. Yeah,
Girl.
breathing dirty air is.
Yeah, he doesn't love you. He does not. Red flag.
Yeah.
Don't be trying to steal our stuff.
First
You
of
need to
all-
cut that out.
Yeah, cut that
that.
out.
Okay.
Don't cut
You
it.
need to
Cut
cut
it.
it. Yeah, I'm sitting here.
Red flag alert.
We're sitting here with our red flag. The council has spoken.
All right,
Next.
I love that. Okay, I put it in my notes. Perfection.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyways, yeah, very entertaining. Very okay. Kia, you got a comment you want to read?
Oh yeah, I kind of like this one. My man just brought me fresh French bread with butter while I lounge on the hammock, and he cooks breakfast while hanging with our kids. He needs to step up, or you can come live here with your fine ass.
Ooh.
Wow. That was a comment?
That's a comment
From a woman?
and it got 54 likes from a woman.
Wow.
Yes.
They're polyamorous.
And then she said, and guess what? I don't work.
The plot thickens.
Interesting.
She said, come stay with me, boo.
Okay. She
That's a
said
lot.
you can
You're
come
going to be living your
over.
best life.
on a hammock.
You can be on the hammock with her.
Oh, gosh. Please.
I just imagine her
With
in the middle of
fresh
a
French
field
bread and
in
butter.
a hammock.
But fresh French bread.
Yeah,
Did
I
he
don't-
bake it from scratch?
He
Probably
You know he
did.
did.
Did he
You know he probably
knead
did.
the bread?
He on a hammock.
Okay.
She
With
on
the
a hammock.
kids.
So that means
He's
he's
hanging with the
handy. He
kids?
probably could hang it
Yes,
up.
he's hammock. He has fresh French bread with butter.
Yeah.
While she lounges on a hammock, he cooks breakfast while hanging with our kids.
Well, maybe she's the red flag.
Yeah, I think she's lazy. She needs to help
You
him.
don't work. You
And she said-
lounging.
and then
ain't
the
cooked
next
no breakfast.
comment. And guess what? I don't work.
Yeah, you don't. You're
With a little wink,
unemployed.
with a little winky face.
Wink.
You
Which
unemployed.
means you and I will have lots
all
of
the
free
time together.
Wow.
And her kids hanging out with the daddy. Maybe she's the red
We'll
flag.
have lots of free time.
Yeah,
together,
I feel
Amber.
like there's a lot of problems in their relationship. It sounds like
Oh my
it-
god, divorce. Oh,
Yeah, he probably
Divorced.
poisoned
He hates
the
you. That's
waffles.
why you're on that hammock. He doesn't want to see you.
Why is he playing with the kids?
I know.
Are you
Yeah.
not? I
He's
mean,
an annihilator.
Are you even part of the family?
right, annihilator.
Yeah,
Oh my God.
it's a lot.
insane. Yeah.
She said, "Come over here." Wow, I could not.
She said, with your fine ass.
Oh,
Wow,
That's what she said.
that's very
Did you not see
interesting.
that comment?
No, I didn't.
It's
Uh-uh.
very aggressive.
no,
Yeah,
people
very aggressive.
people on later comments, people made comments about your looks because I think in the original video they didn't like
Nobody
you
saw me.
Nobody could see you. So on like later videos, people were like, "And she's that pretty, and she puts up with that."
Wow. Wow.
They
It's a lot.
really-
You know that someone actually did comment on a video. You remember the one I did? You were sitting out on the chair last summer.
Yes.
And
you were
Alan,
like,
and I was
my
mocking.
man.
Yeah, I was like, I've just been working a day. I'm a man. Or something like that about Alan. And my arm, like, you know how you can do like the 0.5 on your camera so it like zooms more? So my arm was like bent like this and a little bit of my arm was in it. And someone comment, I wish I could find it. I probably could if I'd searched, but it was like, ooh, I could tell like she is lazy and fat or something like that because my arm.
Oh my gosh.
Yes. And it was like, oh, and you're married to her. Like, it was something really horrible about me because he saw a piece of my arm. I was like, I know my arm looks fat right there, but leave me alone. Like, are we okay? Like,
People
what?
are wild.
Yeah, because I
they're
always
crazy.
do these videos. I haven't done them in a while. I need to bring them back. But I'm like, yeah, I'm a manly man. I've been working all day for my wife and kids. And I just do like this whole thing. And so you can only imagine what you think that woman looks like speaking like that. And he had just assumed. And I'm like, you know what? That's really rude. Can we not?
People are nuts.
Yeah, people are really mean and hateful.
Okay,
it's a lot.
This one is funny because it kind of goes in for Alan. It's
It's crazy.
it says naming off all the chores he did as if he doesn't live there too.
You're like, you're supposed to do all those.
I did this, and this. Yeah, you live in this else. You should have did this, and this.
That's good.
Yeah, that's funny
That's a good
though.
one.
I
That's a
did
good
read
one.
some like that too. Yeah.
We're not all
my
the same.
gosh.
We don't all enjoy the same thing. It's okay for you. I saw these videos after this where people were like, and I don't think this is a compliment. Oh, my husband's like a Labrador.
I did see
That's
those.
not cute,
That's
fam.
not cute. Yeah, like
I
he
don't-
always will get what you
He'll
want.
do it. He hopped to my. First of all, I'm this age that I am, this big age. Maybe I could have a man like that at this age. But I got married very, very young. 03 or 02. I was 20 when I got married.
You were a baby.
I was a baby. A man that was like a Labrador, just doing whatever I want. We never would have made it.
attracted to him.
Well, first of all, we never would have made
Yeah,
it.
you weren't.
Because I was
because you
a
didn't like
lot.
the nice guys when you were young.
No, and I wasn't that nice. I wasn't like I am now. I'm nice and sweet and all these things. I was not nice and sweet. Y'all was crazy. Y'all nice and sweet. Yeah, heifers.
Oh my gosh.
I wasn't this way back then. I was a nut job. And so we
You
never
still
would've
are
made
a
it.
nut
I
job.
was,
Don't-
but not
don't
like I
deny
was.
that.
I was crazy. We never would have made it. Oh, yeah, he's so sweet. I wouldn't even like that. I would have been like, I don't like no man that can run like that. When I was that young, are you crazy?
Yeah, I mean, people made a whole challenge of it. People were asking their husbands to make them coffee just to get a reaction to see if they would
you
react.
created a whole challenge.
You
Oh,
created
you
the
did?
coffee challenge.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I wish I could be better and create more challenges because that was really genius. Didn't even try it, but
Yeah, it's always
Yeah,
the
who
ones you
knew?
don't
Yeah, who
expect
knew
when
that
it comes
would
to
go
social
viral?
media.
yeah, I thought it would just maybe get a few views and be like kiki funny, but you know, you never know what's gonna stick.
Yeah, people are just like, but some, probably of the ones I watched, 90% of the husbands did like get up and make the coffee, but there were some that was like,
Didn't I
Looking
just
at her
ask you?
weird.
Didn't I just sit down? Didn't I just
Yeah,
ask you?
some of them like really reluctantly was like,
yeah, they were like,
Okay.
okay.
fine.
Yeah, like an attitude.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. But yeah.
If you think that marriage is perfect all the time and it is just this storybook thing, then that's very troubling for marriages. Because like you said, when you get to the hump, you don't get over it, you know?
Right.
And I think we are missing a thing in this country, in this world where
Especially
we are-
in this country, though.
Yeah, but we are different peoples. You know what I'm saying? Like, we are actually individual. And if you do something that is different from what I do or how I do it, you are not wrong. We're different.
Yeah, it's just
And it
not
is
the same.
okay for us to be different. It is okay for me to be attracted to something that you are not attracted to. It is okay for my marriage. I'm in therapy. Shout out to my therapist. I ain't gonna say her name because y'all don't need to be booking with her. I barely can be getting in sometimes. Okay,
Yeah,
y'all don't
she
need
has a
me out
lot.
here without therapy.
I hope I can get back in easy.
Listen, please, I'm not gonna skip nothing for you to get in, so I hope you can too. But one of the things that she said early on when I started therapy is like, and as a married couple, you need to build the marriage together. Look at each other and say, what type of marriage do we want? How do we want to move?
Right.
What do we want it to look like? Not compared to how
You
somebody else
cannot-
is doing,
yep,
or
yep.
oh, well, Olivia and Greg, them they do this, or oh, that's what they do. So now I'm judging my husband based on what Morgan does, or now I'm judging my husband based on what Olivia's does. Let me stand back and say, what is it that I want? What actually bothers
Yeah.
me?
What do I require?
What do
Right,
I
right.
require? Because maybe it's popular for people to require a thing that I actually don't
care
require.
about. Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
do you know what I mean? Like, that may not be like I get it's a thing for you, but
Like I personally, like
unbothered.
I'm not really big on gifts.
Yeah.
And so people will be like, oh, what did your husband get you for your birthday? And I'm like, well, I didn't really ask for anything. And I don't really want him spending lots of money on frivolous things.
Right.
I'd rather like plan a trip later on
somewhere.
or go someplace or whatever.
Right.
You know? And so that honestly, gifts have never been important to me.
Yeah.
I've always liked to like go someplace. And so, but some people are really like, okay, if I don't have like at least $1,000 gift, we're going to have a problem.
I know. I don't
You know,
love that.
And the thing is like, and you know what? I'm not even judging them because if that's what they want and you told your husband that's what you want, then he better get you that. If you guys can afford it and it's reasonable,
Right.
whatever.
That's your
but
thing.
if that's your thing, then that's your thing. But you know, everybody requires something different, and
Yeah.
and you know, you really can't like kind of base what you want off like what she's getting over here or what her husband's doing. And I mean, I agree with that.
Right.
And you really have to kind of like take stock with yourself. Like, do I even care about that?
Yeah.
No, I don't.
yeah.
I know.
I don't
But
care
now
about
I'm
that.
mad about something I don't actually care
Yeah,
about.
exactly.
because
You
I
find
read
yourself
in a
getting mad
book
about- yes.
and date night.
Oh, he didn't get you nothing,
I want to
girl?
do date
Like,
night.
he should have.
I want to be a woman who wants to do that. I want to be. I want to be a woman who wants to do date night and who gets dressed and goes on a date. And so I'm pissed about us not going on dates and we never go anywhere and we just order food and we eat at the house. And so I am pissed about this. But then when it is time, I'm like, you know what?
Maybe what
We
you
ain't
want.
got to go out. I don't want to do it.
But
I
maybe,
don't want to do
maybe
it.
what you want is the effort of him planning a date night.
I don't.
And then you can just decline it.
I don't want to do it. I don't want you to do it. I don't want to date. That's how I thought.
You kind
I
of love
thought-
a day date though. Y'all like going
We do,
out.
yes, we
yeah,
do
like a day date.
We do like a brunch. We'll just like, oh, we're gonna go.
But
right
you
now.
don't want to make it a thing. You just want to do it
But I used to be
spontaneous.
mad about it, right? Because
Yeah.
I'm looking at these pictures and like, oh my gosh, like we never date. You should date me. I don't want him to date me. Don't date me. Just yes. What can you pick up? Please pick up some curry goat from across town with macaroni and cheese and peas and rice. Like, and we're gonna sit in the house and I'm gonna take my bra off and we're gonna sit on the couch and we're gonna eat something good.
Oh, that sounds lovely.
This is what I'm saying,
does
right?
sound nice.
But for
I
some
know.
time, I felt a way like I
Yeah.
was judging our marriage and my husband because it's like, well, we're supposed to have this date night, and it's not something I said in my mind. It's just something I realized I did, and then when it's time to do it,
Now I want to go on a date.
I'm like, I actually don't want to.
Well, because you see other people doing it.
Yeah.
Well, they're
And it
doing it.
looks so cute.
So it's something that I should be doing.
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
they look so cute, but we don't need to be cute. And I tell
Yeah.
him all the time, I'm like, we are so lame. He's like, yeah, but we're happy. I'm like, yeah, it's true. That's fine.
Well, this is a great segue because I want to know your worst date that
Date?
you've ever been on. Yeah, like a date. It does not have to be with your spouse. Any date that you've ever been on that is
Okay,
like
so-
a horrible date.
I went on a date with a guy.
Okay.
Our
How
first-
old were you?
I was, I think, 19.
Yeah. Okay.
And he was maybe like 21.
Mm-hmm.
And he took me to Hooters.
No.
Our first date.
Stop it.
And I was like, are you serious right now?
They got good buffalo shrimp.
That's exactly what he said. He said, oh, they have really good wings. And I'm like,
Stop
okay,
it.
but seriously, like, you really think it's okay to take me on our first date to Hooters? Like,
Absolutely
are you
not.
dead serious? And he
Yeah.
was like, no, I mean, I didn't think it was a big deal. And let me tell you, okay, obviously that didn't work out. But we dated for like
Did
a
you
month.
stay at Hooters and eat?
Oh, yes, I surely did.
Did you go back home after, or did y'all keep hanging out?
No, I went home afterwards.
Okay. So
Yeah, I
it
went
was
home
like that's
afterwards.
it.
No, we went out to Hooters. I had a good meal.
Yep.
Okay, I thought it was strange. I was like, okay, this is not. I said something, but we probably did it for like a month and that was it. Okay. But he actually turned out to be a very good friend.
Oh. You still talk
Yes.
to him this day?
Yeah, I mean, I haven't talked to him probably maybe a year and a half. But he's
like, you
married
were
now. He
like,
got
yeah,
kids.
yeah.
I bought my first car from him.
No way.
He actually turned out to be like, I didn't just
So
like
maybe
kick
he
it-
really did like the food.
the food wasn't bad, but the atmosphere, like, it's just not
It's-
first date
no,
atmosphere.
no.
But you know what? But I didn't kick him to the curb as a person. 'Cause
Yeah.
he actually was a very nice person.
Yeah.
He just wasn't my person.
Right.
Yeah.
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 So,
Yeah.
but yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm like, how is Hooters even still a thing? Because it
Oh,
is.
it's a thing.
It's wild.
Yeah, we had an idea to where
I remember it.
we're gonna take our husbands to Hooters and we're not gonna tell them.
Yeah.
And
We're
just
gonna say,
show up.
Oh, we're gonna show up. We're doing a date night.
And we're not even going to tell them that we're meeting other people. We're just
Yes.
going to be like,
But
we're
and then
just-
what we're gonna do is we're gonna like buy a shirt for them, and they're all gonna have matching
that's for
shirts.
sure.
At
Oh, I
Hooters.
want to do that to Mike so bad.
I like
Yeah.
the matching shirt idea. That's actually very
And they're
funny.
gonna walk in like, oh,
Just
you
like a
got the
cute
same
little shirt.
But then the third person walks in, and the fourth person walks in, then they might get kind of pissed off.
Yeah,
But,
jokes on them. Yeah.
Yeah, jokes on them.
Yeah.
And then you're at Hooters.
Oh,
Yeah, go ahead and look around. Okay, you guys are all matching shirts. Lame.
that can be y'all's
Lame.
next like dinner club night.
Oh yeah, that's what we're thinking.
Oh,
like,
okay.
yeah.
That would be kind of
we're gonna
cool.
do
They just
something
can't
like
know the
that, but
details
we
of it.
haven't-
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
We haven't quite planned it yet.
Yeah,
but
that's
it is a
crazy.
plan.
it is a plan. It's in
All
the
right.
works.
So, guys, listen, do not take a first date there. That's not a good idea.
Nope.
No,
Yeah.
never. Not good. All right. Anybody else want to share? Who's that?
Yeah, I don't have any bad days.
You're lying, Olivia.
No, for real.
Y'all want me to expose Olivia? She
No,
ain't
you
date.
do.
She ain't date. She just got. She
Them
went
guys
from
would
single
chase
to
you in
married.
the club.
Yeah, in the club. That wasn't a date, though.
Well, let's just talk about a horrible
You
experience
didn't go
with a
on
guy.
dates.
No,
You didn't have a bad date, is what you're saying.
Yeah, I didn't really have a bad date.
Okay,
yeah.
I was gonna
That's
say,
what I'm
'cause
saying.
you
I
dated.
never had a bad date. Like, because usually I'm very, when I dated, it was very casual. So I never had like these
No, she right
expectations
about that.
for dates. So like, oh, you got to do this, you got to do that, you got to do this. Like, I didn't have expectations because generally if I went out on a date with someone, it never turned, it wasn't like, you know, I never was like, they were like, oh, let me take you on a date. No, it would be like, oh, we're having a conversation. Oh, we should do this one day. Oh, and then we end up doing it. It was never like, I never, because I don't know, I was not that serious about like dating. Like, I never used those terms. People were my like friends.
She did not.
And we hung
she
out.
Didn't go with anybody.
Did they pay for your meal?
Yeah.
That's nice. That was respectful.
Yeah.
I'm glad they did
She
that.
ain't have
But,
no boyfriends.
yeah,
They
but-
said they went with her. She ain't go with them.
Yeah, I never
She
did
ain't,
like that.
She ain't claim people.
Yeah.
So
She ain't
have you
posted
ever
on
been
her
on a
social
date to
media.
where the guy tried to like go Dutch with you?
No, they always paid.
Yeah, I
don't-
had a friend who
no.
told me that she went on a date and the guy, first of all, she went on a date where a guy was like, oh man, I forgot my wallet.
Oh, they pulled a Courage.
Let's go to Steak 48.
Oh, dadgummit.
Darn. Yeah.
This economy requires me to be very.
I would leave that date.
resourceful.
I would be so offended. I'd be like,
oh my gosh.
But what did he say? How did he
he
say
just
it?
said, I forgot my wallet. I'm so sorry. Whatever. I'll pay you back.
after they finished
Never.
eating,
It was the first date. Never paid her back. And
Whoa.
then another friend had a date to where he like went Dutch. He was like, okay, so like, can we split the bill?
Let me just say this right now. I don't have any dating stories because I did not date. My friends say I was a child bride, and I'm fine with that.
Yep.
But I had guy friends and stuff coming up. If you are a male and I'm eating with you, I'm not paying. I don't care about what you're talking about or what you're like. I don't care what these people talking about. And I got married very young, so obviously I haven't gone out on a lot of places. But my guy friends, if we went out to eat somewhere, I don't care where we went. But I'm paying for what? I can hang out with my homegirls.
I mean, I like that.
If I'm gonna
Yeah.
pay for myself, I don't need to hang
But
out
I mean,
with
you know
you.
what?
Y'all
It
rusty
is-
tail.
It is 2025, and I do feel like some women are like, well, if I asked him out on a date, I'm going to buy him dinner.
Oh.
if she
Oh,
asked
you know
him
what?
out,
I heard
Yeah,
a
if she asked him out, then I asked him out to
Then
dinner.
that's different.
and I'm going to buy him dinner. If you ask me out on a date, you're buying dinner.
So
yeah. I think if you get asked
hey,
out,
let's go out
cover
to
it.
dinner. You're saying to the man, let's
no,
go out to dinner.
I'm not saying that's what I would do. I have never done that.
Yeah.
But I'm saying some women, and I will never do
Have
that.
done that.
But some women have the mindset, well, if I approached him and said, hey, let's go to dinner, I'm going to pay for it because I asked him out to dinner.
Okay, that brings up a story that I want to tell y'all about. This real, I guess it was semi-viral. I saw somebody react to it or whatever. And basically this guy was saying that he does not date on his level, like people that he feels attracted to or whatever, because they basically they require too much, right?
Oh.
So he feels like women, you know, that he would baddies, that's what he used. That's actually what he said. He said the baddies, they want you to like bottom all this stuff, get him, you know, take hair, nails.
Their standards are higher.
Their standards are higher, so he dates below.
I know
what
you're not
his-
talking about this comedian.
No, it wasn't a comedian. He was a regular guy.
A comedian said the same thing.
No, and he said whatever. So, so they was having this whole conversations about like how like are the women doing too much these days? Because
Yes,
I agree.
And they said this especially, and it made sense in a way because they were saying, "Oh, you know who was talking about this? Funky Dineva." That's why. But it made sense in a way because he said these young girls, like, say if they're like 25-year-olds, right? 25-year-olds, right? 23-year-olds, stuff like that. They want these guys to do like buy all this stuff for them. But like, how are they getting this money? Like, where are these guys? So they
not
either
realistic.
require the guys to do illegal stuff or, you know, do whatever, because it's like they can't be getting no, you know, $1,000 units, 50 bundles and nails and Hermes bags and stuff like that. It's like, how is a 25-year-old? And he was saying, he was like, you know what? Like back in the day, like, yeah, women, when women required men to do that, they weren't dating a 25-year-old. They were dating somebody that was like 35 years old or
Right.
40, because they're more established. They
Yeah.
have a job, they have a career, they actually have that type of money.
Right.
But if you're trying to get a 20-year-old to, you know, trick What the word?
That's what
be a trick. Okay.
That's the new word.
Yes.
Age gap, if you don't know what that means.
Yeah.
Trick does not mean tricking in the streets. It means like you're
trick,
buying
like you
stuff.
buying
You're
stuff.
buying
Like
stuff.
you
Like
flew
like
them out.
like trick or treat.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So I was like, that actually does make kind of sense. Like I don't know. It was a very interesting way of thinking about it, because like I do hear young girls like, oh, you got to do this, like, but yeah, where are these guys getting this money from at 25?
Yeah, I just think the girls are doing way too much
For their parents.
I don't think
Way
they are
too
looking
much.
for marriage. I don't think they are looking for
No,
long term.
Yeah.
I mean, the girls, right? It's just like scam. Really, that's really what it is, because I don't we're not in a relationship. Are you okay?
Yeah.
That I'm gonna spend First of all, that means I gotta pay for the date. And that means you're going to look like you got beat with the ugly stick because I ain't pay for your bundles. Baby, no.
Yeah, that's
you
why
can do your own press.
Yeah, that's
Absolutely
why he
not.
said he didn't date baddies, because the regular looking girls to his standard, they didn't require all of these things.
Well, I also think that if you are dating someone that requires that, then you are also not looking for
the right thing.
You're not looking for a long-term relationship, because what is it like? What are your standards as a guy? You have all this money. What are your standards? What is it that you expect for her to bring? And I know that's like a very touchy thing. Oh, why are you asking me what I'm bringing to the table? Because a relationship that we're having is supposed to be mutually beneficial. So something like there should be some type of exchange.
Wow. Yeah.
I mean, you're telling the truth. There is
exchange.
Yeah.
there
So
is
what
a
is it
constant
that-
exchange in a relationship.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
what kind of exchange do you want? Or you want some booty? Okay, well, you paid for it. That, like, do you know what I'm saying? Like, you got, no, that's what it is, right?
I mean,
Because
you
what
have
exactly
these
are
old
you
rich
looking
guys
for?
who are dating like these young women who don't work.
Which grosses me out.
But the thing is, you know what? They're both getting something.
Yes.
He's getting what he wants. She's getting what she wants.
Exactly.
I get it. Yeah.
These
And
are
you know
not
what? And I'm
relationship
like,
people.
and that's their business.
Yeah, this is not a
We
relationship.
got a lot of Tabitha Brown happening
Yeah,
here.
this
And
is not
my
a
business.
That's my business. It's not a relationship situation. It's not even dating either.
Yeah.
I don't know what the new word should be, but dating was about like getting
Floozy.
to know a person. I mean, I ain't trying to call y'all floozies and hussies, but
That's what it is.
It's something else. It's definitely not.
Yeah, let's make up a
like
new word for
dating.
that today. We'll figure
Oh,
that
my
out for the podcast ends.
It's definitely not dating. We're not doing this to get to know each other. I saw a video where this guy is in a car. This girl is going live in his car. And he's like, I thought he was wrong for putting her out on the side of the road. Like, you didn't have to do that, girl, like that.
Ooh.
You was foul for that, my guy. But she did try it, I don't
What'd
know
she say?
where they said they were going. He was like, oh, let's just go to this place. Let's, talk or whatever. And she was like, I look like this. I'm dressed like this. And he want to take me to this restaurant.
Probably
Should
to
she just...
probably
no.
cheesecake.
Cheesecake Factory.
Because they are hating
Hating
on
on
cheesecake.
cheesecake. I
Factory
know.
right now.
They're like, I don't want to go to cheesecake. I'm like,
Because it's an old date place. Like, where are you
Exactly.
trying to go? And she was like, all this attitude. And he was like, you know what? We good. Like, we ain't even got to go there. You don't even have to worry about it. He was like, go ahead, get out. Call yourself an Uber. No, I thought he was wrong for putting her out on the side of the road.
could have dropped her back
You
off
could
at
have taken
home.
her back to the house, right? But this attitude, like, oh.
I know,
I'm not
but you're
going on
in
a
his
coffee-
car going live.
Yeah. You did a lot. No, listen.
That's too much.
She did a lot. She did too much.
That's too much.
I'm with you. But two wrongs don't make a right. And he
Yeah,
was
that's
dead wrong for
terrible.
putting that girl out on the side of the road.
Yeah,
You know
but
what
when
I'm
you do
saying?
something stupid, you
You
suffer the consequences.
You
Yeah.
really do. But I just
So-
thought, like, what is happening? All these people talking about, oh, I'm not going on a coffee date or whatever. With this, we are trying to get to know each other.
Yeah.
No,
then go-
they
It
want a trick.
cannot be about.
Yes.
It can't be like, oh, I'm.
It's
getting
about
a
like
steak
how much
48.
more can I
Can I
get?
get?
Like how
Yeah,
much can I
I
get?
hate that.
I saw mom
Take.
go live. I'm not saying that it was Kia, but it could have been Kia. It could have been you, right?
Why could it have been me?
Because this, she told her son, she's like, come stand right here. She's like, so he was in the video too. And she's like talking to these girls. That is who her audience is. Don't be asking him to take you someplace you don't
Oh.
eat for yourself. You can't afford to take
Oh,
yourself
Lord.
there. Don't be telling my son he got to take you there. Da-da-da-da-da, like all this stuff. And she's like telling him, don't date this type of girl. If she can't do this, if this is what she expects from you. But it was such good, solid. I thought she was wilding out, and he was looking like, oh my goodness, bruh. He was looking like, bruh, my mom is crashing
She
out.
crashing out.
Crashing out. Another one.
It looked like she was crashing out. But it was so good. She was very passionate about it, and you could tell it was
Yeah,
from
it pissed her off.
she loved her son, and somebody is trying to make him feel like less than because he couldn't do or wouldn't do this. It's like you want him to take you somewhere
That you
you
can't
ain't never
afford.
ate before. So why you want him to upgrade your life, but y'all just trying to get to know each other?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, why can't y'all just go to a normal place? Why does it have to be he's trying to impress you?
Yeah, what happened to going to like ice cream?
Yeah.
Like,
No.
do you know what I
No,
mean?
girls
Like a
don't want
movie.
that. They don't
We
want
went to
that.
an arcade. Me and Mike. Now
I
we
want
went
to
to an
go
arcade.
somewhere easy, like chill.
Arcade. We went to Burger King.
That's
Yep.
I said I was a child bride. Okay.
Burger King.
Went to break. First of all,
I'm
I ain't
glad
gonna
you
talk
don't
about
eat there
Burger King.
anymore.
I was gonna say I ain't even gonna say I don't eat there no more because I don't want Burger King folks to be mad. But we went to an arcade. We went to Burger King. We were in the mall for the arcade because ain't no place else
yeah.
to go to.
Yep,
in
the mall.
Daytona. I got my nails done, and he bought me 3 pairs of shoes from Payless.
That's
They
where
had a
it started.
sale.
Oh wow.
That's why I'm spoiled like that. Now he
I
want to act
love,
like
I love me some Payless back in
That
the
was
day.
y'all's
Baby,
first date?
That was our first date.
That is what your problem is. It's
Yeah.
his fault.
That's why I try to tell him all the time.
Yeah.
I tell him now, I'm
Wow.
like, you made me this way.
Yes.
He gave me a car when I was in the 12th grade.
Oh,
he replaced my car. My car had like ants in it. I was a teen parent, so Micah got like bit by all these ants. It was so
Oh my
horrible.
gosh.
It was traumatic, actually. It really was very traumatic. And so I stopped using the car, whatever. And me and him, we were on a break, and he was like, come up here, I got something for you. I was like, I already told you that we're not together anymore. Because he was used to getting in a lot of trouble. Like, if you keep getting arrested, I'm not going to be with you anymore. Stop it, you know? And he was like, I got something for you. And I was like, what? And I went to his house, and it was a car. And it was a nice car. He was like, yeah, you need something safe to be driving around in and
Yeah,
driving Micah in.
that's sweet.
And I was in 12th grade. Like, I was not even like an adult. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't that old. I was like, boy, what you did to get this car? I'm like, did you steal this car? Are you going to have me and my child in this stolen car? He was like, no. I'm like, did you sell drugs for this car? He was like, no. He was like, it's legit. The guy's going to meet you up there. He's like, I don't have to go with you. I'm like, oh, no, you're going to go with me because he might try to hit me over the head. Like, I was such a crazy person. But it was a great car. That is how that was a thing for us. But by that time, we had been together for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
So my first date probably was like in like, I don't know, 9th grade or something like
That
that.
is
I don't
so
know. But by the time I was in 12th
cute.
grade, we were still together. I had a baby. You know, we had a kid we were raising, and that's what it was. But I think that is kind of the problem. We are not building something. You're not looking out for me, and I'm looking out for you. I think that's the problem in a lot of marriages. It's like, oh, I'm just trying to get this thing, and y'all are not
people
like
are
people
pretty much looking
together.
out for themselves.
Yes, and that is not what relationships
For their
are
own
supposed
happiness,
to be.
not for the other person's happiness.
It's about service, right? What can I do to serve this person I'm in a relationship with because I say I care for them and I love them, right? Can I stay with them through this rough patch? No, y'all can't stay through nothing. You're weak. You're weak. And people always say like, oh my God, you guys have been married for so long because we not like y'all. You know what I'm saying? No tea, no shade. Like, but we didn't get to 24 without it being like a bunch of rough stuff, especially because we got married so young. But it's like, is this my person or is this not my person? We don't understand commitment. We don't commit. There is no real commitment. I hear this joke all the time. When you look at the breakfast plate and somebody serves eggs and bacon, the chicken was involved. The pig was committed, right? The pig was ready to die and the pig gave his life for you to have this breakfast. The chicken was like, yeah, I do a little something. I ain't gonna do that, but I go ahead, I drop a little something, you can have that, right? Like, what is our level of commitment? And I just think in this generation, in this day and age, we don't see that commitment, not in marriage, not in friendships. We talk about that. That's
All
a
the
whole
time.
nother podcast.
That's a
These
whole
people want
nother-
best friends, but you're not a best friend.
Everybody wants.
But you're not a best
Everybody
friend.
wants a social media best friend. And we talk about that with Brittany a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, this is
And
like
everybody want to be a part of the group.
Yes.
Yeah, but you're not group
Ooh,
material.
that's a whole nother podcast.
Yes,
You know, I brought that up on Me Encourages. I said the word.
She really did. I was like, oh my gosh, do not say that.
But I'm like, they don't see the behind the scenes, like talking
Of
all
what?
the time and being
Right.
there when times are rough,
Rough,
and
yeah.
like, you know, like calling you crying and this just happened and you know, like, can you come over? And I mean, it's
Yeah.
you know, there's a lot more that goes into just like us having nice dinners and
Right.
taking
Yeah.
pictures and
Yeah.
I mean, there's-
Vacations.
Yes.
You have
Yeah.
to actually show
Yeah,
up.
yeah.
on the
You have
other
to
day.
do-
We're actually real friends.
You have to do life with your
Yes.
friends.
Yes.
Like, you can't just pop over, not like pop up for a birthday and that's it, like,
Right.
or something like that. You know, that's what they think happens. Like, oh, they want to get invited to stuff, but it's like, no, you don't do life with the person.
What do you call that? Like a come with girl? That's who they are, right? It's
Yeah.
just like, oh, well, just come with.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean?
But they
Just
don't want to
be-
dig in.
Yeah.
They don't want
Yeah.
to give anything.
Yeah.
They don't want to,
Yeah.
you know, be vulnerable. They don't, none of those things.
Which is so annoying for relationships of friends when you feel like you're the one that's like, you pour all of what you have on the table and you're like, so
they don't give nothing back.
nothing.
No.
And that's not a friendship that lasts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. That's horrible.
No, they don't. It's just
Yeah.
It's extremely
It's surface.
It's
It's
surface
surface.
Yeah.
and self-absorbed.
Yeah.
They don't want deep, but they want it to look deep. Well,
Yeah.
we can't fake. Like we just don't fake it well. Either we all the way in, we locked in, or we not. Right?
Yeah.
Like, that's
Yeah.
it. It's none of that. But people don't want to show up. They don't want it to cost them anything. They want to be able to bow out anytime it's an inconvenience for them.
If they have a
Anytime
headache.
they got. You know, that is the worst excuse. That really be pissing me off. Unless you have a migraine, don't tell me you got a headache and that's why you're not coming. Just say you ain't coming. Say, you know what, Courage? I don't care about what you got on, what you got going on, what you needed me for. I'm not coming. Because if you tell me you're not coming because you got a headache, unless you are a child, or what are you, 8? Are you teething? What is happening? If you don't take some Tylenol or Advil or something and get yourself up at your big age, that right there, that annoys me. And we used to hear those excuses all the time. Or people saying they want to be apart and then dropping off in 2 seconds. Like,
Yeah.
and then
Yeah.
you're
There's a
complaining
lot.
about the friends that are around.
Yeah.
There's a
Oh,
lot.
Olivia's always doing something for Kia. Okay, I love you, Kia. Kia's not that special, right? She's not just picking her because she's a celebrity. Kia's also giving in the relationship. Kia's also doing something, right? It's not just like this one-sided thing where, oh, Kia can just call Olivia and she's going to drop everything and run over there. No, fam, we put time in.
Yeah.
Get your weight up. You need to put some time in somewhere and come in willing to give.
Yeah,
That's the
big.
friendship. You gotta
that's
start
big
that
for
way.
me.
Yeah.
That right there, people do not come in willing to give, and like you have
Yeah.
to have that mindset. Like, what can I do for this person? Like, they don't even think about it. They just, what can I get? What can I get?
Yeah. There's
Yeah.
like I feel like nowadays there's so many transactional relationships going
Oh,
on.
that's so
Everybody
good.
is so transactional.
Yes.
You know, okay, I'll hang out with her and maybe
They want to
we can, like-
network.
yeah, maybe we can network. She can introduce me to some people.
Yeah.
Or I can
Yeah.
get this, or I can get that, and it's just not about like actually building a real relationship.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I mean, and sometimes you meet somebody, you're like, oh my gosh, I can actually like get deep with them. You know?
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
it's getting like, I don't know, it's not that common.
Right.
It's more common to meet people who are transactional.
Yeah.
Yes.
I don't like that. No, don't come. I ain't helping you do nothing.
Yeah, and people assume that thing too. I met a
No.
girl at a event where I was a speaker, and I really liked her. We just kind of clicked a little bit, and so she reached out to me on social media, and I was like, okay, cool. And so we're just going to be intentional. I went to Florida, and she drove like 45 minutes, 50 minutes to come and hang out with me at my mom's house. I was like, girl, you really drove over? She was like, yes, I wanted to see you, and it was just a really good time. But we've been talking on the phone, and we've been friends, and she said something to me one day. She's like, you never asked me to help you with your ministry. Like, you never asked me to join your
Oh,
team.
my
She's like, do you want me to
gosh.
help you with something? And I was like, no. She's like, I just think that was very strange. But it's because she's come from relationships where the second somebody
Someone
meets
comes
her,
in.
they're like, oh, I'd love for you to do this with me. I'd love for you to help me do this.
Yep.
Can you help me with this?
Yep.
Da, 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 da.
Right.
And then, like, it's fizzled out. I'm like, well, that right there should be a red flag for you. When people are immediately asking you to,
Yeah,
you
just
get
do
burned- you
something.
get burned out
Friendship.
so quick.
yeah, I'm
And-
like, as soon as
Yeah.
you meet them, they
Or when
want
they're
you
done
to,
with you, they just
they toss
dispose
you
of
to,
you.
that's
Yeah,
exactly
then
what it
they're
is. They
done.
toss you
Yeah.
to the side. Or when you're no longer able to help them at the level you were before, now the relationship is over. You thought I was going to be in this spot with you for my whole life, even though I told you, like, oh, I have these aspirations. And I was like, yeah. She was like, yeah, it's really refreshing. You didn't even ask me. I'm like, one, I don't really know you like that. So I don't want you pissing me off early on this relationship. It's too early. It ain't gonna work out. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just not asking anybody to do anything that early on unless it is for this specific thing. We're not trying to build a friendship. I need volunteers. I need a team. And I think because, like we said, like, you're on social media and you're in these places, and Kia is a real mover and shaker. If you are in
Celebrity.
Tallahassee, honey,
But my worst horrible date was, it was horrible. It needs all the words. This guy was a volunteer firefighter, speaking of, and somebody was like, you should go on a date with him or whatever. And so I was like, okay, well, that's fine. He drove a truck. That was always my qualification. You had to drive a truck. You had to look somewhat manly, masculine. It's fine. But I'm young. I'm like 15. Like, you know what I mean? 15, 16. So he comes and he takes me. He drives his truck. And I'm like, oh, okay, that's cute. And he's kind of cute. It's fine. So he takes me on a date and we pull into the mall. I don't know where we're going. So I'm like, okay, we're going to the mall. That's fine. That's popular. It's whatever. Maybe a movie. We'll grab some food. He walks me in. He stops right in front of this store. It's Build-A-Bear. Okay.
That's cute.
So I'm like, interesting.
Interesting.
I'm like, so we walk into Build-A-Bear and I'm like, we're going, and I think I said like, we're going to Build-A-Bear? Like, we're building a bear? And he's like, yeah, I think that'd be nice. So we'll build a bear. I was mortified. I think we actually did it or whatever. And then we left. I don't know where the bear went. Didn't take the bear. Didn't want the bear. But I told him when we were done, I was like, I got to go back home. So then he drove me back home.
So y'all didn't even eat?
No. We did not eat.
my
No. I went on
God.
another date with him, though, I think before Build-A-Bear. I don't know how the timeline happened. I just know the Build-A-Bear thing. He took me there, and I was done. I was like, I got to go back home. He took me back home. It was done. It was a wrap. I'm not a child.
Yeah, that's what
Don't.
you thought. You was too grown for yourself.
I was.
Like, oh, I want this manly man
Yeah.
truck, volunteer
Yeah.
firefighter.
Yeah.
You take me to Build-A-Bear. What? No, and I
What's
guess he
happening?
wanted a child.
Yeah, it was too much.
He was like, I want this little girl. I
Yeah.
want her to build me a
Let
stuffed
me tell
animal.
you some other stuff that he did, though, before this cuts off, because I'm panicked. But we did go to Melting Pot one time. Okay. I think we just went to Melting Pot and then we just left. I remember it being a horrible experience because we didn't really talk a lot. It was kind of awkward because you have to cook your food with the person. It was weird. I was like, I did not love that either. It was a lot. I was very high maintenance, but I didn't know what I wanted. So that's confusing. It's a lot. But he ended up, I didn't have I think I had like a regular phone, but Nextels were big. You remember the do-do-do-do thing? I always wanted one. I was like, and I think I just said that in conversation. So he went and bought me a Nextel. But then he said, I have this phone for you. And we were like in his truck, like driving somewhere. He said, I have this phone for you. He said, but you can't put any other guy's numbers in it. I was like, bump that. I was like,
wow.
boy.
So he was trying to be like a baby trick.
Yeah, but listen, we were not actually dating. Like, he just was
trying to be your
taking me
daddy.
out. I was like, boy,
I like that.
I don't want that phone. And I told him right up front, I was like, absolutely not. Absolutely. I don't know what I said because now I talk more sassy. I was probably like, oh, that's okay. And I just like let it be. But I was like, what a freaking monster.
Wait, how old was he?
He was a couple, like he had already, I think maybe he had graduated high school. So I was like, I think maybe 10th grade or something like that. What was that noise? My cats?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Or the turtle.
But it probably was the turtle. It was just really bad. I'm like, do not control. Now you're doing the most. I'm not a child. Don't take me to
No, but he
Build-A-Bear.
thinks you're a child. He took you to
Yeah,
build
and
a
now you're
stuffed
buying
animal.
me a phone. I can buy myself a phone if I want. I got a flip right here, and it's pink and cute. And I got all the numbers I need in it. So don't be telling me I can be taking, absolutely
I
not.
think y'all are just doing a little bit too much with the Build-A-Bear. Like, y'all are just ODing.
No.
I think she was too fast.
Yeah, I think that, yeah. Because this is what I think. I think even
You
girls,
would have liked it. You would have
No,
liked
I
it.
wouldn't have liked it, but I'm
Stop
just
it.
saying because at 16 you think you're so grown. You think you're too grown for a
stuff.
Build-A-Bear.
Yeah.
That's
and
what you
people got
thought.
stuffed animals.
You can buy me a bear.
Maybe he
I'm
thought
not
it was like
going.
you know how you like get a bear like a carnival?
Yeah, no, that's
Yeah,
what
maybe
he
he was
thought.
thinking along
That's
those
why.
lines, like,
That's what I'm
I'm gonna
saying.
get
It's
her
not
a
that
bear.
bad.
Yeah, it's not
You're
that bad.
talking
It's
He's a
like maybe that was
monster.
like romantic.
Yes,
we can do
exactly.
together.
Romantic? No, he's
Yeah.
psycho.
If
No.
he had taken
No,
you to
he
Build-A-Bear
thought
and
like,
been like,
oh,
I bought
what's-
lingerie for the bear. Okay, that's a monster. He just took you to Build-A-Bear. It's an experience
Yeah.
with your fast tail.
Exactly.
It's nice and wholesome with your fast tail. It's
Yeah.
fine.
She was like, "Oh, that's too
She's
kitty
like,
for
oh,
me."
that's too cute.
Yeah, it
for
was
me.
too. I ain't doing it.
Yeah,
no.
no.
You know what I love
you
is
want
when
instead
I
of
met
Build-A-Bear?
Alan.
Yeah, what did you want?
One of the things I love, he drove a truck too. That was I was like, okay, he drove a truck. That's cool. He had tattoos. I was like, yes, that's cute. Okay.
That's what we said.
But we
Exactly.
went and we would like ride 4-wheelers. Like we were outside. Like it's not like I'm an outside girly, but I wanted like an experience.
Building a bear is an experience.
No, it's fuzzy and you can put little things in it saying, I love you. I am not a child. I don't want a bear. I've taken my kids there once. Also, I just think it's weird. I
Yeah,
don't want to build a bear.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's fine that it's not
I'm
your
No,
triggered.
first of all, you
It's
probably
just not your
triggered
thing.
from when you
I
went
am,
there.
I am,
So
yeah.
when you had kids, you were like, absolutely not.
That's too much.
I think it's fine to not like building the bear experience. I don't think that there are lots of experiences I might not have enjoyed. I don't want to get on no 4-wheeler. Probably not I probably didn't.
Oh, that was a good time.
Yeah, I don't want to get
The boat on the weekends. Get out on the boat.
I probably don't want to do none of that stuff.
Yeah, that was a good
time.
time.
But I understand that. But I don't think a person is a monster. You see what I'm saying? Because they took me to.
I've never used Monster until today. I think I'm just a little aggravated.
Yeah, triggered.
It's a lot. But yeah, that was my worst date. Yeah, like Alan and I would go to the movies and go to dinner. Like it was a very easy, very expensive then too, because everything price is different now. But I mean that was like $100 to go and do that, and you're like,
okay, that's a lot. To movies.
And eat dinner? Easy.
Okay.
Yeah. And like if you wanted dessert.
Y'all wasn't going to, she wasn't going to Cheesecake Factory.
No, we were going to like TGI Fridays, Ruby Tuesday.
Oh, I love some TGI Fridays.
Yeah, they shut the one down. And I love that's where my pot stickers
They shut it down in Tallahassee too.
Yeah.
What happened? We used to get that chocolate stampede.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, we would go to like
the brownie
Longhorn.
Obsession.
Things like that. So,
chocolate stampede is Longhorn.
Oh,
we used to get that
Brownie
too.
Obsession is TGI Fridays. Yeah.
And then the Paradise Pie. That
Paradise
was like
Pie, Chili's.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, we definitely have a dessert.
Yeah. Chili's.
Yes. Me and Kia used to kill that.
All right, well, we're talking about food, and we're about to go leave and go downtown and go eat.
Yeah.
Yes.
This was a great podcast. You guys,
Yes.
thank you so much for being here. Add me to the group chat. I love it. Co-host
Yeah.
to Courage.
Yeah.
And our guests today, Olivia and Kia. I hope that y'all come back and y'all can be on. Maybe when we come to Tally, we can do it there.
Thank
That'd
you.
be so much fun.
Thank you for having us.
Yes, this was a great time.
This is
Make sure you give us a 5-star rating, and if you rate lower than that, don't leave it. Okay?
And let us know about your bad dates in the comments.
Oh yeah, let us know about your bad days.
Yes.
And if you want to be a part of like the community of chatting about it, we go on my stories and we tag it like there's a highlight, but you can poll and do different things that we ask to bring discussion to the pod. So this is a group chat and you are involved. So thank you for doing that. And yeah, this was so fun. We're out.
We out.
We out.